All right, let's go ahead and get it underway. It's 1:05, and I know some people probably need to get back to whatever they were doing, so we'll try to get this going, make it as brief and as explanatory as we possibly can to make everything go smoothly. Guys, we're glad to have all of you join us today for another webinar on the graduation. And today we're going to try to go through the actual rehearsal that we can't do in person. So we're going to kind of walk through a lot of the things that you're going to have in front of you whenever we start on Friday. I'm going to go through everything from arrival with seniors, arrival with the families. Ms. Dean has a little video and she'll talk to you about how the seniors are going to march into the bleachers. So we have a lot of information, and so we thank you for joining us, and hopefully this will make things go very smoothly on Friday night. I hate that we're not able to have a practice and you'll be able to run through it, so it'll be really smooth, but we're going to make it work. It's going to be good anyway, and that's what we're having this meeting about today. I want to preclude my remarks by saying that we are bound by a lot of the state guidelines, state regulations, as far as being able to hold this graduation ceremony. And we're thankful that we have this opportunity. I'm very glad that the state has loosened up enough to allow us to assemble in the capacity that we have. Now as I mentioned in the last Zoom, we're going to have to observe the social distancing rules. And so we have a lot of things in place that, normally I'd think, well, this is overkill. This is, and even I might think some of it's overkill anyway, but it doesn't matter what I think. It's what we're expected to do. And so I have to do that in order to be compliant with what the state expectations are. So I encourage you to listen very closely to all the little details, because some of these that seem kind of small and kind of minute in the whole scheme of things are pretty important, and because they make things flow a lot smoother, and we don't want to have any conflicts or any kind of controversies or things that Friday evening, especially when we get ready to go out on the field and such as that. So it's very important to follow what I'm going to say. So listen up real close. I'm going to start and I'm going to pull up a diagram that Ms. Dean has built, and it's got the whole school plan on it. And so I'm going to share my screen, and we'll walk you through what I think we will. There we go. Okay, we'll walk you through the process as we arrive on campus. And so, as you already know, we have 4 parking lots that we have divided up for entries and such as that. And you've already received your tickets. And so you know that you are assigned to one of those parking lots. Your ticket has that parking lot assignment number. It has your block out on the field. It has the whole bit, as well as on the back side of it was a health questionnaire. So we'll talk about all that. So as you come on campus, notice that we have lot A right here. Okay, we have lot B right here. These 2 parking lots are going to be divided by some pylons, some cones or something there, barricade of some sort. And it's the parking area between the elementary school and the football stadium. That's where lot A and lot B are located. Now, in the parking area right there on the north side of the junior high gym, in that same parking area, that's going to be allocated for our handicap parking. All handicap parking will go to this parking lot, regardless of whether you're assigned A, B, C, or D. And I think we have 6 people who have submitted handicap requests. So those 6 people will park here. That way we can get the wheelchairs onto the field in a much easier way coming through this area. So whether you're assigned A, B, C, or D, you will be parked here if you're handicapped. Now, as you enter, notice that we have some arrows here. If you're going to be in parking lot A, which is designated as the pink parking lot, we will enter in the area in front of the elementary school. And you will proceed on in front of the elementary school to lot A. Somewhere along this area, and I hope you can see my pointer okay, somewhere in this area, there will be a maintenance custodial staff that will be there to direct you to the parking lot. They will check your tickets. You should have your tickets and your health questionnaires with you at that time, and they will confirm that you are in the right one. You'll have a piece of pink paper with the ticket on information on it, and provided that you're right, then you'll go into this parking lot. If it's handicapped, then we'll go, and they'll have a list of those. We'll go over into this parking lot, and you'll enter in the road in front of the elementary school. Now, lot B, the orange lot, will enter in the parent pickup line, and you will proceed around the elementary campus, around behind the elementary gym, and into parking lot B. And that's where your cars will be parked and where you will enter the field. You will enter over here. Parking lot C will enter off of 1943. That's the visitor parking lot on the north end of the visitor stadium. So you'll come in off of 1943. Here's the 1943 highway. You will enter and go in right there immediately. The baseball, softball field will be parking lot D, the parking area there. And so you will come in as student parking does. Those family members will come around and they will circle all the way around behind the school and then into the baseball, softball parking area. Now that's all of the family members and their parking. Seniors, you will be coming into the area in the front circle of the school. There are enough, I think, parking spaces to park here where faculty and visitors park here, as well as here and over here at the junior high parking area. Those spaces will be available. There's, I think, 52. If there's more than 52 seniors driving automobiles to graduation, then the rest of them will be parked in the area along the curb here, still giving enough room for vehicles to flow through. So this is the area for the seniors. Seniors, as soon as you get out of your vehicles, as I mentioned before, you will come into the gymnasium. There'll be a faculty member, a senior sponsor out here to observe, and they'll see you and they'll direct you on in. And you'll have a spot inside the gym, and I'll turn that over to Ms. Dean in a little bit if she wants to talk about that, as well as the area in the bleachers out at the football stadium. She'll go through that with you, but you will enter here. Now, some other things about the parent and guest entry. Parking lots with a different entry to each lot, and there's the handicap parking. We'll have staggered arrival times. Those are on your tickets that you have. You should have gotten an arrival time. We ask that you adhere to that as closely as possible because what we don't want is everyone showing up at the same time and all the family members at the same time, and then having to sit in cars while we get everything ready to have you seated, because we'll have to send staff members out to the parking lot to receive you. And as soon as they get there, they will have a few questions to ask you to make sure that all the paperwork's taken care of. So as you arrive, remember that you have an arrival time on your ticket that you have. And so make sure that everyone tries to adhere to that as closely as possible. Once you get in there, we need all members to come at the same time and park in, very close to each other. The family members, once all there, our faculty member will go out and we will then ask a few questions to make sure that all the guests are there. And if so, if everybody has their health care screening form filled out, we need that completed and signed. So they'll be asking you about that. And then also if you have a mask. So we need those things in place. So remember to get your healthcare screening form filled out and signed, every member. Okay, if it's a little bitty child that not old enough to fill it out for themselves, then parent fill one out, sign it for them. We've got to have one filled out and signed for every person that's going to be coming on board. So have that ready before we ever start. Now, in the event that somebody does forget theirs, we're going to have some forms to fill out there, but we'll have to hand them to you while you're in your car. We'll give you a pen or pencil if you need it. You can fill that out on the spot and bring it to us. But now we'll need that list that Ms. Dean had sent out in a Google form that has your guest list. We'll have to have evidence somewhere that person is legitimate to be here for the graduation ceremony if they don't have that ticket. So it's very important that you have your ticket, you have the questionnaire filled out on the back, but we're not going to, just because somebody lost one, if we can legitimately determine that they are supposed to be there, then we will make sure that we get them taken care of. So those are the things that we need, along with the masks. We need you to bring that and be ready to enter. All family members, all graduates, everyone that comes in will have to have a mask to start this. All of our faculty, all of our staff will be wearing masks and gloves, and we have to have masks worn by the public as they come in. That kind of takes care of the parking lot area. I will use the same map to show you a little bit, because as you enter after the party is all there, we can determine that you have your paperwork taken care of, you have your mask, you have everything you need, and you're ready to enter the stadium. Then parking lot A will come and enter here kind of on the curve at that fence out here by the driveway, and you'll come in. There will be a health screening table there. There is a temperature camera set up that will read the temperature of the people coming in. And there will be a nurse there to take the forms. The forms will be collected by the nurse. Any questions that need to be asked, the nurse will be taking care of that at that time. So then as you travel from there, the faculty usher will then bring lot A around this way. You'll come onto the track here at that gate by the corner of the bleachers. You'll come in, and the faculty member will then seat you in the block that is assigned out here on the football stadium. Lot B, you will come in back here. There'll be a table set up for you back here, and you'll enter the field through this gate. Lot C will enter the screening as well as the entry is all going to be at this gate right here in this area on the track. And then lot D will enter the double gates, and then they'll walk around and they'll enter the field here. So that's what we have there. Once you're out on the field, these are some things that I really need some serious cooperation with. The state's been good enough to let us do this. We've got to abide by the social distancing, which means that once you're seated inside those blocks of space that are allocated for each family member, you're going to need to stay inside those blocks. The chairs will be arranged as far as what you have told us you're bringing as far as your household, your guests that are family members and guests that will be arriving. There will be chairs set up for them based on the number in the household. So we need to leave that positioned just like we will have it set up. And that way it does satisfy the social distancing rules. We will need to walk on the pathways that will be marked out on the field. There will be areas marked for you to travel on. So we need to make sure that we stay on those. Let's see. As far as restrooms, we encourage you to try to take care of all that before you come on the field. We will have restroom facilities, but we'll have them down here, and to get there, you're going to have to walk through all the people. So we want to keep that down as low as possible. So we need to try to make sure that we use the restrooms if it's absolutely necessary, but not abuse that opportunity there. Picture taking, we're going to have at least 3 different photographers taking pictures that we will make sure every individual senior is taken a picture of. Everybody, three different ones, and we will have access for the families to get those pictures. So as the senior is going across the stage or speaking or whatever the case may be, we need all the family members to still remain seated. We can't have you get out, walk up, come to the track or anything like that. We can't do those. That's not proper, not within order as far as our directives from the state and what's appropriate for this graduation ceremony. So we will make sure that your child gets good quality pictures, and we're going to have at least 3 people doing that. Also, at the end of the ceremony, we need all family members to remain seated. We need everybody to stay in their block, in their chair, and then after the seniors have marched out and gone back to the gym, and at the end, Ms. Dean's going to go over this in more detail in just a moment, you will have your diplomas over here that you will actually pick up, all your other belongings, everything that you need to carry out with you and to go to your parking area to leave. You will be assembled once again back into the old junior high gym. Family members will need to remain seated throughout the recessional of the seniors, and then we will call the families out by rows and block numbers to dismiss in an orderly fashion so that we don't have jam ups at the gate and violate the social distancing rules. So we will do that in an orderly fashion, and we need everyone to remain seated. Ms. Dean, I'm going to turn it over to you if Mr. Moore will allow you to host, and I'm going to stop my share of the screen, and I'll let you take over, and you can show them the little video that you have and go through any details that you want to share with them.
Okay, so we're going to start. This video is completely 100% related to you only as the graduate, okay? Everything in this video has to do with what you are expected to do. So it's 8 minutes long, and I need you to focus as much as possible. It's going to show you every step that we can show you. Hold your questions until the end. That way you're actually focused on watching the video that we made for you. So let me get that going.
Remember, if the person in front of you stops, you must stop.
Okay, so there were a couple of things inside the video that we couldn't actually show you, mostly because those bleachers in the junior high gym were not pulled out, but you will have assigned seating in the junior high gym that we will direct you to. All of those bleachers are already out so that we can mark your spots. All of your spots will be marked with a little name plate that has your name, so you'll just sit where your name is. Your extra cap should be out there on the stands already, so you don't have to carry that with you. And so we can try to take care of that. When we move you into the junior high gym and you get past the screening station where the nurses are going to be, or the nurse is going to be, you're going to go in and find your place. If you are a drop-off, your parents can drive through that high school parking lot and draw, or into that circle drive and drop you off in front of the junior high gym. That is not a problem. And then they'll go on and move out to their directed spots. But when they pick you up, that's different. So we will walk you back to the junior high gym to get your diploma and all of that. And then faculty members will walk, those of you who have to be picked up, we will walk you through the building to get to the high school gym. And your parents will pick you up at the high school gym. So that's a little bit different. You're not going to be picked up at the same place you're dropped off. So that's important to note. So if your parents are dropping you off, you're going to the high school gym parking lot to be picked up there. Did we have any questions pop up? Anybody have questions about what they saw?
Ms. Dean, I might add that throughout everything we've said in all your video, we might just tell the seniors that there will be senior sponsors that will be directing them. So they're not going to have to think that, well, I've got to figure out where I'm going here. There will be someone there telling you at every step, every turn, every place to go up in the bleachers. There will be someone there who will direct you and say, go down here and have a seat on this row and find your name tag on this row, or whatever the case is. We will have it laid out for you. That's just an overview of kind of the process. And I appreciate Ms. Dean and all the staff who contributed to the video, making that and hopefully making it a little bit easier for you to understand. But we don't expect you just to learn everything from the video. We know that it can't be that comprehensive, but there will be people to tell you exactly when to get up, when to walk, where to sit, where to turn, the whole 9 yards. Did you find any questions that we need to address?
I'm looking. One of them asked if the seniors have to bring their own mask. If you saw in the video, we will be providing you with a mask. So when you get here, we'll hand you that at the door.
It has school colors and it has, I think, some school logo on it. Ms. Knott, you're on there, right? I think you said those are in now.
I don't know if they're in yet, but I know we ordered them. So we ordered special masks just for graduation.
Yeah. Okay. I think someone texted me and said that they were in, if I'm not
Dr. Boyette did.
Okay. All right. So they are in, and I think they're school colors and maybe have some logo on them. And so it's going to be a keepsake for you as well. All right. Any other questions out there that you see, Ms. Dean?
We will post this video. I know somebody was concerned that their son is working. This video will be posted for you to be able to watch it again. You'll have the actual video that I made as well as a recording of this Zoom. So you'll be able to access both of those.
Yes, Mr. Moore is recording the Zoom session that we're in right now. And so that can be accessed as well, the whole bit.
There are a few seniors who I think picked up their packets before we had the white slip of paper in them as your ticket into the graduation. We will have those at graduation for you. So we have that covered for you. So don't worry about that.
Very good. That's one of the notes I had down here that we've missed, that all seniors will have to be screened as well. So you'll have to fill out that same screening form. So if you didn't get that, we'll give it to you upon arrival. All right, Ms. Dean, I guess I'll go over the other couple of notes that we had and see if there are any other questions that pop up in the meanwhile. But seniors, a couple of reminders. First of all, if you have a scholarship that you want to be recognized for at graduation, and keep in mind when the scholarships are recognized, it'll be when you're receiving your diploma. You need to get that recognition to Ms. Spivey today. The deadline for all this is today. So any scholarship that you're going to be receiving needs to be informed to Ms. Spivey as soon as you can. Dress code for graduation. Guys, we need to dress nice. Boys need to have a tie. I know it's going to be a little warm, but I'll have one on too. I've done it for several years out there in that on the football field in the heat, but we need a tie. Preferably a light colored shirt, but if you have a shirt and tie, that's good enough. If you're going to wear, you can wear slack pants, or you can wear a pair of jeans. Let's try to keep them on the nicer side. Some dress shoes or some boots or whatever. Ms. Dean, you want to talk about the girls? You said something about their caps. I think you're muted.
Forgot. Okay. Please come with your hats already on, girls. We don't have a lot of leeway on helping you adjust your hat. So please go on and have that pinned in place before you get here. Also, you do not have to pin in that white collar that comes with your graduation gown. We are nixing those. Ms. Lambert and I usually end up pinning those all night long. So you don't have to wear that. Just come with your cap already attached so that we don't have to worry about dealing with those.
Okay, also a couple of reminders, guys. We need to make sure that we are clean shaven. Last time I'll have to ask that of you, but I have to enforce the dress code that night. So guys, please be clean shaven. If there's any kind of discolored, unnatural colored hair, girls, you're going to have to figure out a way to cover it up. I mean, either change the color and re-dye it, or either figure out a way to cover it to where it's not seen. We've had people wear wigs before. We've had people tuck it under the caps before. We've had all kinds of different things in years past, but we have to be in dress code as we go across. And somebody had asked last time about decorating their caps. We do not decorate our hats. They have to be kept in their natural order. So those are some of the reminders that we just wanted to throw out there to you. We hope that this will be a very good evening for everyone. I think that if we will do our part to try to understand the importance of following each of these little penny ante rules, these little small things, and turn when we're supposed to, and stop when we're supposed to, and dress like this when we're supposed to, and so everything. If you'll follow this, I think we can pull it off in a very good way, and we'll make it a very positive experience for everyone, and it'll be very, very nice. And I'm very excited and very thankful that we're able to do this. There was a time that I didn't think we were going to be talking in this capacity, and now 2 days from now, we're about to get y'all across that stage at the football stadium, and we are thoroughly excited about that. And we put a lot of time and effort into planning, and we just hope that we can pull this off. And with your help, I know we will. Is there any other question that's popped up in the meanwhile that we need to address?
They have asked if they could see a chart of the squares so they remotely know where their families are going to be.
Well, if I can pull that up, let me go back over here. Figure out how to get to my screen. All right, now let me go back and share. Mr. Moore, do I have the ability to take over the screen and share?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can y'all see that? Okay, guys, that's the layout. Well, I scrolled some off. There we go. I think that's got them all on there. This area up here is the platform, the stage. These are the different blocks. The pink ones will be people's parking in the pink parking lot A. That will be numbered 1 through 20. And then we have 21 through 35 down here. That will be the parking lot D. Parking lot B is in boy, is over here in the orange. And parking lot C is in cat, is over here in the green. Now, the honor graduates, families will be positioned up here along with the board members, family members, board members, families. Then there were 2 spots, number 39 and 40, that were in the drawing on the random number generator, and everything else was done randomly. There were 4 of us that met here in the office, and we had all the students' names in the processional order. We had those listed, and then we hit the random number generator, and we had to do 2 of them. We had to do one on the left side and one on the right side. And so we did the random number generator together, and we let the chips fall where they may. And I know we can't have everybody on the front row, I understand, and somebody's got to be on the back row, but that's the way the computer did it when we did the random number generator. But that's the layout right there of the blocks on the football field. These red line, the red and white and yellow lines in here in between the blocks are the pathways where you can walk. And the red are highlighted because those are going to be the main entrances. And that's where most of the people will be coming in, whether you're coming in from parking lot B over here, you'll come in that way. Now, yellow is also a main line, but not as main. Parking lot C may enter on the yellow, or it may come around here and enter on the red. But then coming from parking lot A and D, you will enter basically on the red line and go to your respective location out here on the field. Are there any other questions about that, Ms. Dean, while I've got that pulled up?
I don't see anything about that.
Okay. All right, well, I guess I'll stop sharing that, and we'll go back and try to wrap this up. Are there any of the senior sponsors or anyone out there that can think of anything we may have failed to remind the seniors about that we talked about this morning?
There was a question about the live stream, and
Yes, thank you.
and then they didn't ask, but we need to talk about the radio broadcast.
Yes, sure do. I've got it over here on a note and I forgot to look at it. Okay, everything will be live streamed, and so we will start at 7:30, I believe. Is it 7 or 7:30? We're starting with the video of the senior slideshow. Ms. Lambert, are you on there?
Yes, we will include a copy with every diploma. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, they'll have that, but we'll do that prior to the graduation
Yes.
itself. So seniors, as you're in the gymnasium, in the old gym, you will be viewing that before you go out onto the field. It's probably, what do you think, Ms. Lambert? It's going to be 20 or 30 minutes? How long will it be, do you think? 50?
Yeah, it's usually about that length.
Okay.
Should be about right.
So you'll see that, and we'll play that live streamed prior to, I don't know if we're going to start it at 7 or 7:30. I think we're going to start it at 7 and let it just play over and over and over, because there's going to be several people already seated by 7:30. If you noticed, I didn't say it earlier, but it was on Ms. Dean's video. Seniors will arrive at 6:30, and the first flight of parents will arrive at 6:30. And so at 7, we'll start playing the video for those who have already had to be seated and such as that. So we'll have that going. Also, it'll be playing through the live stream, and the whole graduation will be playing through the live stream off our website and Facebook or whatever medium we're going to put it out there on. The radio station will be broadcasting the graduation live, and it will be on FM 105.9. In the event that there is a problem with that station, it will fall back on 89.3. But the first station is 105.9, And then if there's a problem with broadcasting there, they will use the backup frequency of 89.3. All right, and I'll try to get those out into, we'll post them on Facebook and such as that. But now the radio broadcast, I was originally told that probably about a half a mile radius. The guy told me today, and I'm not gonna count on it till I see it, but he's saying maybe 2 to 3 miles away might be able to pick up this radio station. So you can tell the people that want to listen to it on the radio that it might be as far as 2 to 3 miles away from the football stadium. 105.9 and 89.3, and the live stream will be done the whole graduation. Again, we're going to have photographers everywhere, so parents do not have to worry about the pictures. I know they want their own, but we'll make sure we get a big conglomeration of them, and we share them with them, and they can pick out what they want. I don't guess I have anything else on my list. Does anyone else have anything? All right. Well, guys, I appreciate y'all joining us today. And as always, if you come up with something last minute, Ms. Dean, is there anything as far as the forms, the Google form that was sent out? Have you gotten all the information back that you?
We've contacted the kids that we were missing, but if there are several of you who either responded twice or 3 times. So I'm going to be calling because I've got to make sure, like some of you responded twice and put 2 different people to give you your diploma. So I've got to call and clear that up. So I'll be calling you tomorrow morning to get that straightened out so that we have your roster correct.
And if y'all think of something that you don't think of right now, by all means, pick up the phone, call the school. I'll be in the office for a while today. We'll be in the office tomorrow. We'll be here Friday morning. You can email me, you can do whatever, but if you have a question or concern, and if there's anything as far as the ticket arrangement, as far as, Ms. Dean, are you getting the faculty, not the faculty, but the family and guest list? They sent those in pretty good? Everybody has that in?
No, it came in with the Google form, so pretty much those are filled out. I may be contacting people if there are problems with the way it was listed or something like that.
Okay. All right, guys, we appreciate y'all, all your cooperation and your support through this whole ordeal. It's been tough. I can tell you that. I know it's been tough on y'all. We miss y'all up here. It's just when I get to see y'all drive through in the pickup lines for these packets, that was a highlight of my week when I got to see y'all drive through and the bus route that I rode and such as that. I get to see kids in that respect. It was just, we miss y'all, and we want this to be special for you. We've got some other things, some surprises that we won't tell you about, and we'll just hold that till graduation night. And so we look forward to that. And if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or anything, contact us later. And I guess with that being said, Mr. Moore, whenever you get ready, you can go ahead and end the webinar. And thank you all again, and appreciate the parents for their support and encouragement as well, and all